And good evening, East Africa. Mambo VP for Kenya and Tanzania. Now welcome to yet a brand new and also exciting episode of The Desk. Now more than ever, I'm yours truly, Shadrach Shagaf Kisame. Now if it's Wednesday, it's all about The Desk for U24 television. Now I'll tell you, are you into photography or videography? Do you want to get inspired? You better sit back, relax, better lean forward or even stand up, because the guest in the chair, ladies and gentlemen, this man, I want to tell you, he's won awards in photography and videography, and it's not just a passion, he is actually making money out of it. This man, ladies and gentlemen, he is on every photo that you see. Every photo that you see on social media, you will see a signature of Walter Photography. Welcome to the show, my brother.
Thank you.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you, man.
How have you been, man?
I've been good. I mean, life is good. Life is okay. Everything is good.
How is lockdown treating you?
Not bad. Actually, not bad.
Nobody nasente.
Not bad.
Nobody nasente. Lockdown, like the people say, tuli mu struggle.
Tetujja kugamba tuli mu struggle. I mean, still will be. Of course, things are not the same way as before.
Right.
Yeah, but it's not so bad. Yeah.
So before we even dive into the discussion,
Yeah.
who is Walter Photography? What is your real name? Fena tumanyi Walter Photography. Amanyago, what is your real name?
Okay. A lot of people call me Walter Keys.
Oh, well, yes.
But then my actual names, Uganda is a national ID.
Yes.
My actual names are Kabuye Walter. Yes.
And then Walter Keys is for what?
Now, before I was actually a photographer, I was into music. So that's how I got the name Walter Keys.
You're kidding me. Man of many
Yeah,
talents,
you know.
right there. So you were, by the time someone is called Keys, like this kid that died, Dan's Kumapesa Keys.
Yeah, Keys.
Yeah,
The
you must be
piano.
talented then.
Well, you have to choose what is going to bring the money. Because there's some, I would say there's some talents that one has, but it's not viable here. It's not going to get you the money you need.
Commercially, right?
Commercially, you understand? Now, you may be very gifted at it, but then, it's not bringing in the money.
Right.
So, of all the talents you have, you pick one and you go like, let me go with this one.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's just take us back through how it all started with photography.
Photography. Okay. So, I'm done with school at university.
Okay.
And there, that first 1 or 2 years where you're trying to, understand what am I going to do, what am I, you understand?
Right.
So as I'm there, we sit down, with my dad, and we're like, and he asks me, what is the one thing that I can get you now that will actually be able to generate for you some kind of income?
But what did you graduate in school?
In 2013.
Okay, but what course did you
I did industry and fine art.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I didn't major in photography. I loved it though. Yeah.
Okay.
I
So it
didn't
was
major,
just
but I
what?
loved it.
What do artists do? Like drawings?
Well, if you go to the School of Art, everything art is there. Like digital, illustration, everything art is there.
okay.
So you have to decide what you want. It's one of the courses I was doing, photography. I was doing photography, painting, and graphic design.
So you're a graphics designer also?
No. I also had to give that up
Yes.
so I can become a photographer.
Okay.
I don't believe in doing so many things. I believe in specialization, and everyone is looking for you for a particular thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
After school, you're here with your dad?
yeah. Here we sit down, and he asks me, what can you do? And well, at that time I had this, passion for, photography. I'm shooting a few things here and there, So I told him, what, let's just, put some money together and like buy a camera. From there on, I will do everything on my own.
Okay.
Yeah, so
yakuwa entandikwa.
actually, he contributed some bit. I had to look for the other bit.
Era yakuwa entandikwa.
But I told my mind. You can't do the whole thing. So
Yeah.
we buy a camera. I remember the first camera I bought was a Nikon D3000. It's a purely entry level camera. Like it can't do really high end professional work.
Okay.
Well, in the hands of a photographer, you can actually get it. Yeah.
Right.
But it's considered an entry level. So I practiced over the years. Practiced. Got to understand, this and that, where I fall.
Right.
Up to when we go to the African style, and now we are here.
That's when that's when Walter Photography was born, man.
Absolutely.
Like there's a picture you actually did. You guys have actually seen it. He did a photo where was it in a garage? I think it was in a garage and someone
Yeah.
said, oh, Ghana has talent. I'm thinking there's water photography right there. And
Yeah. It is called, actually that picture had a title. It was called Life of a Mechanic
Okay.
in one photo. You get.
Because she had he was a mechanic and there was a girl, right?
Yeah, and there was a girl seated on her.
On him, yes.
Yeah, I mean on him.
Yes.
If you look at the picture and how everything about the setting was just, mechanics do their level best to actually provide for.
Their
I'm
family.
talking about I'm not talking about the high-end mechanics.
The
I'm talking
regular
about
Muntua one C,
Muntua one C.
Chigala J,
Uh-huh.
Kawempe, yes.
Yeah, so they do their best. They pass through, and even if you looked at the way the lady is dressed, you can tell that it's not the high end.
Right.
You understand? But then it's still, you see there's effort in there. Yeah. Yeah.
So it was more of a struggling mechanic. But that photo. So, okay. You have started just take me back to how you birthed the concept of the African culture. Because not everyone was doing that.
Yeah.
Someone can come out with a picture and they are yellow. Now for you come
Yeah.
with a picture that is not so bright, but it's good. Like how did you conceive this before you actually go for a short break?
So now, ideally, I am seated here. Like I told you, when we started, I got my camera, and then I had very many challenges. I didn't have studio space.
Right.
I didn't have tools. I just had a camera, right? So I couldn't do some kind of work.
Yeah.
So here I am, and I have this backyard to myself. Yeah.
Okay. Is that at the back of your house?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have this backyard to myself, and I'm seeing all these, things
Right.
that we can work with. So I slowly start. I shoot a picture of some lady with the fire. I shoot a picture of. I shoot pictures, stories of a
People are
pregnancy
washing.
shoot,
Yeah,
people
yes.
You understand?
Yes.
In that kabaki, because it's like a soil, like all wetakawas.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So and I keep on shooting, and then somehow people start getting interested in that kind of stuff. They're like, something is different here. You get.
Right.
So as I'm there, I'm getting clients one by one. Like, hey, you should call me like the other one. Do this like that.
Walter, someone who is there is
So-
going to think there's magic around. From nowhere, you're just shooting things and you get clients.
Yeah.
No. Tell us exactly what you did. Kati ngokolocha. Ngokuba backyard noteka ku social media.
Yeah, I would actually. What happened is I would go and I would call friends in the beginning. I called friends, and I'm like, yo, I have this idea.
Right.
And it may be unconventional, but let's shoot it anyway, right? So because I was constrained in terms of equipment and all these things, I had to think within my reach.
Right,
Okay.
right.
So things like lesos are things that every girl has,
Yeah,
in one or another. Yeah. Things like pots are usually found in anyone's, like homestead. Basically, things that we can work
Fireplace.
with. Fireplace. Those are things that are really
Right.
in any
Homestead.
African home or
Right.
homestead.
Right.
Those are things that are actually there. So I used what was available to me to start creating. At the beginning, people didn't understand what I was doing. As a matter of fact, someone called me mad.
But that is honestly, when you look at
Yeah.
me every time they talk about Walter, the first picture that comes is that mechanic.
The
thing.
mechanic, yes.
Like that is madness, man.
Yeah.
But it's the
someone told
good
me that.
madness.
Yeah. But I can tell you one more thing
Right.
about how I decide to just go that direction. Yeah. So one day, I get a message from Prophet Elvis.
Ho!
Yeah.
Era bana inono na yewa ya luno lunagwa.
Yeah. So-
you guys, and let me not go there. I'm just Shadrach. I won't
Yeah.
talk about the prophet. Ne prophet wa moyo.
Yeah, so one day I get a message because that was about 2017 because that's when I shot that picture, yeah?
Alright.
And so I'm shooting fellowship and I'm shooting, and then
What do you mean you're shooting fellowship?
I shoot fellowship, like I shoot the Tuesday fellowship.
Oh, in your church.
Yes.
So you're the one who takes the photos.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I've seen those photos. Look,
Yeah.
ne prophet wa mwayambala.
Kituufu ekyo. Musajja ayambala.
So you're the one who takes the photos.
Yeah.
Okay, before you continue. Nabije byokubuza.
Eh.
So the man is praying. So and he's posing for the photos.
No,
I see photos when he's praying and then
Yeah.
he's posing.
no. The idea is to shoot for someone who has not been at the fellowship, to see and understand what has been happening.
Or your storytelling.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's actually the point I was coming to. So in 2017, I'm shooting these pictures, and they're seemingly not, presenting what he wants. So I ask one of our leaders to, find out what can I do better. So he brings me back. It's actually a she.
Yes.
She brings me back a message, and she goes like, "The prophet has said, your pictures must tell a story." You understand?
Okay.
So, quite frankly, I felt offended.
Like you're putting in your best.
Felt offended. I was very offended. I'm like, what? I've been doing this. Now you're telling me again. Yeah. But in my offense, I went back and I was like, you know what? Let me research more. Let me do some more work on what I'm actually being asked to do, because these are not my pictures. This is someone else's pictures. And they're guiding me on how to shoot them.
Right. Now, Walter, on that point where you're researching, I'm going to go for a short break real quick.
Okay.
Then when we come back, we start right there. Prophet. Now, we're going for a short break. We're still with Walter Photography, Mr. Kabuye Walter, and he's right here. Some of you have seen most of his pictures, but you do not know the face behind. Now we're coming back. Do not go away. We are at Nile Avenue, UBC headquarters, and we're coming back. Welcome back. Now, if you're just joining us, I'm afraid you've missed the very first segment of this very lovely episode of The Desk, where we're talking photography, we're talking art. Now, if you're an artist, you better sit back, better head forward, or even stand up, because the man in the chair, he's mastered his art in commercial and industrial photography. I tell you, this man is everywhere. His work is everywhere. Now, you can follow this very lovely discussion on our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Do it for Shadrach Kisame and do it for U24 Television. Now, if you have someone and they're not on TV or they're in the diaspora, call them up and tell them that The Desk is live on Shadrach Kisame's YouTube and also on U24 Television. If it's Wednesday, it's all about The Desk, folks. Walter has been telling us that actually where this perfectionism started is when the prophet sent him a message and told him, hey, you better tell a story with your pictures.
That's right. So after I do some research about that,
right,
that's the time I actually decided to shoot the picture of the mechanic. Now, when I shot the picture of the mechanic, then I understood what he meant by the pictures should tell a story.
Right.
You understand?
Right. Now I get it.
Yeah. So from there was no looking back. It's just continue that direction. And in every picture, in every moment, you must be capturing something that either someone can relate to or something that someone understands. Right. You know, I want to change your photography, but complicating and but you have to take a picture and someone who is viewing it needs to relate with
the
it
picture
easily. So how you present it, how you package, what you put, every last detail must in one or another trigger a certain kind of insight. Or
you know, Walter, there's a young man down there who is a photographer, or even a lady who is a photographer, and they are watching you from wherever they are, Chikuba Mtwe, Chisasi, or anywhere.
Yeah.
And they're wondering, how did you stand out? Like, what made you stand out? Like, what makes you stand out as a person, man? Like, you've shot everybody.
Yeah. So the idea is this: you get something, you stick to it. You understand? Now, regardless of the fact that it doesn't make sense at the time,
right?
If you endure, everyone is going to come looking for you for just that one particular thing. You get? The challenge that we have here in our Uganda is when Uganda bagala nyo jumping on trends,
right?
You understand?
Right.
Waba yakapya kaze, you know, they jump on it. You understand? Kati trend eliwo mitima jakaluba. You understand?
Yes,
so like they love to, but they don't create. But I'm telling you, Uganda is very talented. It's very gifted.
Right.
Only if people would take a little bit of time to create.
My next question, nenga mulimu sente, like ebyaddala tuve mu bino mbu I was passionate, musimanya I was passionate, you know those things, mulimu sente, like can someone survive ngakuba bifananyi?
They can't. I mean, surviving is a small want. They make it. They can build a house, they can buy cars, they can do everything.
No, slow down.
I'm telling you.
Like
I'm
no
telling
better wo no gule motoka you
Buli
know
timu.
you do everything you
Yeah,
want.
you go around and look at even those photographers that don't necessarily even have a name. They're driving, they have homes of their own. You get
How do you guys make your money?
the money is there, The thing is,
Ate nakuzote muchabyoza, like the hard copies.
yeah, kati tuli mu digital era.
Like that's like I wouldn't pay. Walter wouldn't pay. You ask me why?
Why?
I pay you for you to send something on my phone and my phone gets lost.
Until now, the thing is this: when you have a memory that needs to be captured, still you need to get a photographer to capture that memory. Like birthdays, weddings, all kinds of different memories. You understand? Some people shoot burials. You get like all kinds of memories.
Burials, yes.
That need to be that has to be documented, whether we like it or not. And those events happen every single day.
And people budget for photography
Yes.
and
and even if we were, I don't know, like even if we were 2,000 photographers in this country, still everyone would have enough to eat.
Really?
Yeah, because we are over, I don't know, 40 million. Right?
Yes, over 45 million
Yeah,
now.
over 45 million.
But the problem with that is that close to 70% are youths at a innocent.
By not saying, it's an assumption.
It's an assumption.
It's an assumption.
So, people down there, people who are watching you are like, because chikuba, you have money and that's why you're talking. There's a photographer kuchalonga, abera week number ngatafunye gig.
Kati, here's the thing. I want to not take it, we started from somewhere. You get? There was a time when nakubaka ebifani bye 12. Tegera. Nakubaka ebifani bye 12 nga ngenda ku katiko omuntu ne bangobawo. Okitegera. Nakubaka ebifani bye 12. Ne abantu tebakimanya. Okitegera. Nakubaka ebye 2 ne twambuka ne tudda ku 3, twambuka ne tudda ku 5.
How long have you been in the game?
I've been in the game for a bit.
You've been there for a
A
minute.
bit. A bit. Twambuka ne tukuba ebye 5. Omutwalo kyeka tetwakuba. We went direct kati natandika charging package awo kati package za photoshoot ipiti tansa 15 maybe tyo ntwambuka mpaka.
Well, before you even go for a break, there's a photographer watching you, or someone just has a desire. Like atandikati, how do they start?
The thing is, people are afraid to start.
Right.
Just start.
Just start.
Just start. Because like I told you, nze, all I needed was a camera.
Right.
And I got the camera. When I got the camera, I just started. Of course, you have to endure certain things. You understand? You have to endure certain struggles. Those photographers that are watching me right now, they know what it means to go to a location. Never could go to Sasude. You understand?
Wait, so photographers pay to be on a certain location?
Yes. And that's why photography these days it's quite pricey. Because you can't, because you're telling me you want to go and shoot from, for example, Serena. You understand?
Yes.
Or Pearl of Africa.
Yes.
Pearl of Africa, for you to do a photo shoot, they're going to ask you for about maybe 700K to use their space.
Just to use the gardens.
You understand?
But that's too expensive.
And then nze sinana kweyogerako zange. You get it? So, like, the idea is to start.
Yes,
You start because for a long time I never shot celebrities. I never shot anyone like that. But I started and I moved up. I got a following and everything, and then had an identity. Then everyone now started to.
How does the following come?
Consistency. Consistency. You have to be consistent at what you do, and you have to at least post quite regularly, because if you're following someone, you hope at the end of every day to go to their page and see something new. You understand?
Okay.
So if you go the first day, there's nothing. Second day, there's nothing. Third day, there's nothing. You're going to stop passing by that
Yes,
page. You
right,
understand?
right,
so
right.
consistency and posting regularly.
Okay, so what has social media done for you as a photographer so that maybe someone might pick a leaf who is watching?
Well, I think everything, apart from those recommendations that are by word of mouth, most of my clients, if not all, have come through social media.
Right.
You get?
Right.
We take a picture, it's shared, and goes. It has, man. Most times I get phone calls from people from Kenya. There was a gentleman who came from Kenya looking for me, yeah, and he comes to Uganda, and then he gives me a call, and it's like, hey, are you at studio? I'm like, yeah, I'm at studio, but I'm like the accent, you can tell.
You can tell.
Yeah, so he's like, oh, okay, just I know you're a very busy man, but just give me like an hour. I'm going to be there. So he comes. When he comes, he's like, I have been looking for you for the last 2 months. And I'm like, hey, okay, I'm right here. And then he goes like, I have searched over 50 photographers around Africa, the best, and you're the only person who can do what I want you to do.
My goodness.
You understand?
My goodness.
And that is because this gentleman has a daughter who is like dark-skinned.
Okay.
And he told me you're the only person who can actually shoot the person and maintain their
Exactly.
complexion. Yeah, maintain their complexion. And for him, that was it, you know.
My goodness.
So we meet, and then we made arrangements, but you know the whole COVID thing came up and everything. Yeah, but bottom line is when you are consistent, you have something that you're doing.
Right.
People will come from all over the world. We have had clients come from Canada to just come and shoot. We have had, I mean, the list is endless.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you. I'm telling you. Now, if you're watching,
Yeah.
your career, actually, there's light at the end of the tunnel. Do not kick the bucket in terms of career yet. Because I'm telling you, the man that we have right here is not a man who picked things up on TV and pocketed them. He's a man who started yakuwaka ebifaananyi eby'enkumi bbiri. Now he's at the top. Let's go for a short break. When we come back, Walter, I want you to talk to government. I know you may not be a politician or something, but you just talk, because policymakers are watching. What they should do to enhance people in your space after the break.
Okay.
All right, now do not go away. We are still with Mr. Walter Kabuye, the proprietor for Walter Photography, and I'm telling you, this man is a man of many talents, and also he has gotten something from the photography industry. Now do not go away. We are at Nile Avenue, and we're coming back. Come back to the last segment of this very lovely episode of The Desk, where we're talking artistry, we're talking photography. My oh my, what a guest, what a show, and of course what a host. Now we're still broadcasting live here at Nile Avenue at Nakasero Hill. We're actually at UBC headquarters, and we're a week away from Christmas.
Yeah, that's right.
A week away from Christmas.
A week or 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks away from Christmas. A week away from Christmas. Anyway,
2 weeks. I think
2 weeks,
2 weeks. Yeah.
to Christmas, and I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, in this festive season, we celebrate love, we celebrate family, and we enjoy the warmth of family. What do you do for Christmas? What do you work on?
Christmas. Different times it's different. Last year I had to spend Christmas with my beautiful wife. Of course.
You're married?
I'm married.
Okay, so now, girls, calm down. Ladies, calm down. The man is married.
I had to spend it with my beautiful wife and their family.
And they are family, and their family.
And their family.
Man, I need to come up here in that thing. Where you go to your in-laws' home, and you're comfortable, and you be there.
It's a good space, man. If you find the right wife, if you find the right everything, I'm telling you. And she has actually been of great support to my career going on.
Like, she understands the career.
Yeah, she actually is my manager.
Oh yeah.
She manages everything, and she knows how to lobby, pitch and all those things. So she has been of great help.
Before we even go back to the discussion, talk to a talented person right there who has a business. When they're choosing, you may not be the right person, but from your experience, when they're choosing, we as the youth, when you're choosing a girlfriend or a partner in terms of business, like what should they do? You get someone who compliments you, something like that?
You see, the partner topic is very complicated.
I'm telling you.
It's extremely complicated. A chincha partner, it's really complicated.
Right.
That I must say. Because I'll tell you for sure, not everyone will get a partner that will understand them and work with them. You understand?
Right.
Some people, I know a friend of mine told me, man, I can't bring my wife to my job because there's like always very many women who are there. So, and the one time it happened where the babe came by,
like she's so jealous. What's happening?
Yeah, she's so jealous, and we are all different. You understand?
Right,
I mean, some people have a right to be jealous, but
you're always shooting women.
Yeah,
How does she feel about it?
How does she feel about that? I
Like,
think
and they're
she's
always
okay.
in like skimpy things. What?
She's okay because she participates in the shoots. You get, she does the styling. So yeah, she does the styling. She helps out here and there, and she says this will make them look good.
But photographers are always having a lot of women. How do you protect yourself?
Well, I think it's a choice. Look at it like a gynecologist,
Right.
right? They treat
Yes.
women
Yes.
in that regard.
Yes.
But it's a choice for them either to just look at it professionally or carry on with business as usual.
Right.
Yeah. For me, it gets down to choice. I'll tell you that for sure because it's not something you can avoid. It's not something you can stop. Abana Uganda balungi. We have beautiful women. in
Atebe
Uganda.
koza Walter what
Abana Uganda balungi. But it gets back to you as a person.
you choose.
Yeah. It's a choice. Completely.
So you just choose?
No?
So you just choose and like I'm imagining Shadrach to have my wife as my producer. Kabaka with them.
Antikat, that's what I've said. It's relative. Eh? For some people, they can, work together. For others, it doesn't work that way.
Right.
Yeah, that's
So, so what? Let's just talk to government. What can government do to help? Because at least a few of you are fortunate enough. You make the money, you make the millions to even buy a car. But there are people who need to be enhanced. What can government do to make this space conducive for everyone, not just the lucky ones?
Well, in my opinion, I would think the only thing government should do
Right.
is basically cut down on the taxes of equipment. That's like equipment is crazy expensive, right? Even when you're shipping in a camera, maybe the camera is worth 5 million, they're going to tell you your tax is another 5 million. Right?
No black camera million coming.
Yeah, they double the price. Or they put half of that price, like 2.5, so you end up paying 7.5. So that's the only.
So how
real
would they
request.
build for you hospitals and roads?
Well, I mean, we still give back to the government because we pay our taxes, we contribute to the society in different ways. You understand? When you buy a bottle of soda,
Yes.
you're giving back to the government.
Right,
you understand?
right.
So there are other ways in which we whatever. But then the thing is, if it's hard for me to attain equipment, then it's going to be hard for me to make more money.
Correct.
You get? And yet, if I make more money, then I can
Purchase others.
purchase other things. You understand? And I'm not saying they completely cut the tax.
But they should reduce.
Back end is echo.
Right.
It's crazy. You understand?
Finally, Walter, there's a parent right there who is watching with maybe their child, and the child is passionate about photography.
Yeah.
Naye bava mu families zetuvaamu ziri nti bw'oba tokoze medicine, if you've not done law, if you've not done engineering, tosale wange. Talk to that parent.
You see, the world is changing. The world today is changing. Doctors are still important.
Right.
Engineers, lawyers are still very important.
Right.
But we are now in a social media age, whereby I know people who they don't even go to work. They live off their following, and they earn quite a load of money. They advertise through their platforms.
Correct.
They do different things on their platforms. So I am just encouraging that parent to understand that the times are different. Yeah. I understand they have their desires, right? And they want the child to become something in the future. But then the times have changed, really, really
Then
changed.
maybe, Walter, you can also understand that parent. You people who have come something in photography, maybe you're not standing tall to show that, even a photographer can do this. Even a photographer can do this. So parents are like, as far as photography is concerned, they're in obscurity. They don't know what's going on.
We are actually standing tall. How? Because at the end of this month, on 31st, I'm having an exhibition, a photography exhibition.
Okay.
And we're going to showcase the work that we have done over the years, the work that has,
Stood
out over the years again. And of course, when a parent sees something like that, you get someone who knows me and they used to see me on Kucharong and
Yes.
and they see, oh man,
that's
massive
an
exhibition.
inspiration, right.
You understand? They'll go like, oh, actually this thing can actually what?
Right.
Can make big. And we hope to have quite important people there. You get, yeah. So
Okay, because our time is really, I won't say fast spent, it's well spent because we've inspired people down there. But in these last 2 minutes, I want you to talk about the event that you're having, and then social media or even a phone number. Please do not call me if you want Walter. You know, these people always go, hey, now I want that. Don't call me on the number on your screen. Listen to the social media handles and the number that Walter is going to give you about the event. Yes.
Okay. So we are having this exhibition on the 31st of December.
New Year's Day.
Yeah. And it's not going to be the whole day. It's going to be a couple of hours, yeah?
Okay.
2 to 6, right?
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be a day event. It's going to be at Golf Course Hotel.
Okay. How do you know we have a gaga?
Yeah. So it's going to be at Golf Course Hotel.
Right.
Of course, if you look at the flyer, there is 50,000, but then those are like limited number of people because of the times.
Yes,
Yeah,
right.
we can't necessarily have everyone come, so we'll have a certain number of tickets. When they sell out, that will be it. Yeah, we'll probably create a virtual provision. But I usually like to, we usually like to have things exclusive, and just share after. But we may create a virtual kind of platform. Yeah, like I said, we're going to be sharing work, and we hope to see you there.
All right. So if anyone wants to reach you, maybe for a booking or something.
Well, yeah, if you want to reach us, our handles are on Facebook, it's Walter Photography. On Instagram, it's Walter Photography UG. On Twitter, it's @photographyug.
Okay.
Which other handle have I forgotten?
Mobile money.
Mobile money. Email is walterphotographyuganda@gmail.com. Our number is 0759 878017.
You want to do
I will
the
read
number
that again.
Yes.
0759 878017.
It is a wrap, my brother. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming to
Thank
the
you so
desk.
much.
You're a big inspiration.
Thank you
And
so
I wanted you to come because a lot of my following are people who are doing normal things, really.
Yeah.
They're doing photography. I even bring artists. I even bring fashion designers because these are normal people watching the show and they want to get an inspiration. So thank you once again.
Thank you so much.
All right, now you've been a lovely audience. It's been Mr. Walter Kabuye right there for you, the proprietor for Walter Photography. And I tell you, this man is a man of many talents. He started from nowhere, but he's somewhere now. And I'm telling you, the sky can only be the limit. Now, from me and the entire 24 management, we would like to say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I'm telling you, we're actually coming back 2021. The desk is coming back bigger and better. So you better watch out for us now. For tonight, good luck. Good night, adios, for God and my country, and may the good Lord bless this beautiful Uganda. Now, until next week, same place, same time, and of course, same host. Good night.